Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about the topic mistake. Okay. Now we have seen that a contract, an agreement must be there with a free consent. If free consent is not there, means free consent has been defined in section 14 and it is stated that consent is said to be free when it is not caused by coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation and mistake. 4 we have already seen. Now we are going to discuss mistake, which is mentioned in section 20, 21 and 22. Okay, now these three sections are there. Section 20 states that agreement void where both parties are under mistake as to matter of fact. Agreement void. Previous for coercion, fraud, misrepresentation, undue influence, what we have seen, the contracts are voidable. Now it is clearly mentioned in section 20 that agreements are void where both parties are under mistake as to matter of fact. Means it is a bilateral mistake. That mistake is relating to matter of fact, not matter of law, matter of fact. Then the agreement is altogether void. Okay. Section 21 now. Section 21 states that effect of mistake as to law. Mistake as to law is there. Then mistake as to law, we are having a presumption. All are presumed to know the law of his own country, not a foreign law, but his own law, he has to know it. Therefore, it is clearly mentioned here, a contract is not voidable because it is caused by mistake as to any law in force in India. But a mistake as to a law not in force in India has the same effect as a mistake of fact. Therefore, mistake of law of India, our country, you can say when a mistaken belief is there relating to the provisions of law of his own country, then the contract is not voidable. But if it is mistake of foreign law, it is not presumed that you should know all the laws of all the other countries. So it is a mistake as to foreign law. It will be treated as mistake of fact. It will have the effect of mistake of fact. A and B, we'll take an example. One illustration is there to section 21 itself. A and B make a contract grounded on an erroneous belief that a particular debt is barred by Indian law of limitation. Means they enter into a contract under mistaken belief that this particular debt is barred by limitation law, but actually it is not. So it is not. That will have effect. The contract is not voidable. Therefore, they have to perform the contract. Okay. This is section 21. And section 22 is telling contract caused by mistake of one party as to a matter of fact. A contract is not voidable merely because it was caused by one of the parties to it being under mistake as to matter of fact. Means if it is one person who makes a mistake, not bilateral, one person makes a mistake, then the contract is not voidable because it is just a mistake of one person. So section 20, 21, 22 tells about the concept of mistake. We have just seen only here the sections. Okay, now we'll go little bit theoretically. Okay, now what is a mistake? Mistake is an erroneous belief about certain things. Now mistake can be of two types, that is mistake of law and mistake of fact. Now this mistake of law can be further divided into again two types, that is mistake of law of his own country and mistake of law of foreign country. Now mistake of law of his own country is there, it is not excused. It is not excused. The contract is not voidable because it is presumed that you should know the law. Now this is mentioned in section 21 itself. Contract not voidable. Okay. Mistake of law of a foreign country, that is also mentioned in section 21. Mistake of law of foreign country, such a mistake is treated as a mistake of fact, and the agreement we have to check whether such an agreement is been done. It is what type of an agreement. It is based upon mistake of law of foreign country, then in that case that agreement will be void because it is treated as mistake of fact. And as per section 20 we have seen agreements void, where both parties are under mistake as to matter of fact. Therefore, effect will be same for foreign law. Okay. Now this is 21. Here we have seen about mistake of law. We'll repeat. Mistake means erroneous belief. Mistake can be divided into two: mistake of fact, mistake of law. Mistake of law can be further discussed, further divided into mistake of law of his own country and mistake of law of foreign country. Okay. Now the other is mistake of fact. Now this mistake of fact can also be divided into two further types: mistake which has taken place, mistake of fact which has taken place by where the mistake is of both the parties, which is called as bilateral mistake. And the other is what? Unilateral mistake, means one person is under mistaken belief. Okay. Now first we will see bilateral mistake. Bilateral mistake means when both persons are under mistaken belief, where both the parties to an agreement have done a mistake as to a matter of fact which is essential to an agreement. Means what are the conditions for bilateral mistake? The mistake must be mutual. Second is mistake must relate to a matter of fact which is essential to an agreement. Mistake must be mutual. We'll take an example. I give a proposal to you that I want to sell my car. Okay, you know the car and all. So you are also accepting it immediately. Okay, now so we both have entered into a contract of a car. You know the car is there. I know the car is there. But this is the main mistake we both have done. What has happened at that particular moment? My car has met with an accident. It has completely burned away. Means the car is not there. The mistake is bilateral and relating to the existence of the subject matter. Then such a agreement is void here. We can't perform it, isn't it? Because the subject matter is not in existence. Got it? Therefore, where bilateral mistake is there relating to matter of fact, then the agreement is void. That is mentioned in section 20. Okay. Now this mistake, this bilateral mistake means there must be mutual mistake and it should relate with the main matter of fact, must relate to a matter which is essential to an agreement. Okay. Now this mistake, bilateral mistake, can be relating to existence of the subject matter, which I took an example that we both are under mistaken belief that the car is in existence but the car is not in existence. So the mistake can be relating to existence of subject matter. The mistake can be relating to identity of the subject matter. The mistake can be relating to quality of the subject matter, quantity of the subject matter, title of the subject matter, price of the subject matter, or you can say possibility of performance of the subject matter, that is physical impossibility or legal impossibility. Then this bilateral mistake, if is there in an agreement, then that agreement is void. I'll just repeat what type of bilateral mistakes can take place. Existence of the subject matter, that is relating to the car which I told you. Identity of the subject matter or quality of the subject matter. We both feel that product, those goods are of a particular quality, but actually they are not. So this is a mistake relating to the quality of the subject matter. So the agreement is void. So quality of the subject matter, identity of the subject matter, quantity of the subject matter also. I feel that the goods are of 4 kg. You feel also it is of 4 kg, but actually it is 3 kg only or 3.5 kg. So this is a mistake relating to the quantity of, the number of. Okay, now we took an example of a kilogram here. Anything other example relating to quantity you can take. So when the mistake bilateral, you should not forget that this is a bilateral mistake. Both of them have made an error. They have done a mistake relating to quantity, relating to title, relating to price of the subject matter. Okay, then such a bilateral mistake, if takes place in an agreement, that agreement is void. And also relating to possibility of the subject matter. That is, we both feel that this agreement can be fulfilled, but actually it is physically impossible to perform that agreement, that perform that contract. Here also, if it is a bilateral mistake, the agreement is void. We both feel that this person can put life into the dead body. We both feel that. But actually this can't happen. So the agreement is void. Okay. Today in this lecture we have just seen about bilateral mistake. In the next lecture, in the next video, we will see about unilateral mistake. Okay. Bye bye. See you.